Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, I would like to thank everyone for supporting my channel, right? Because recently I've been getting a few subscribers, so thank you very much. And if you are watching this video, thank you for the support, right? So today I'm just gonna talk about the CVT that is on this car, right? Because previously someone commented on my video, so he was saying that his Proton Persona MC2 is having some problems, like the car is jerking on low speeds, right? So personally for me, I have never experienced any jerkiness while driving this car. So I've got this car for about 2 to 3 months now, and I have not experienced any jerkiness, especially while driving on low speeds, right? So if you experience like jerkiness while driving on low speeds, I think you should definitely send your car to the Proton service center, to get it checked out, right? Because most probably that there is something wrong with your CVT transmission or something else, right? So it's better that you have them checked out. So the person who previously dropped a comment in my video, right, asking that if I have experienced these jerking issues, so he said that he basically went to Proton and have it checked out, and basically what Proton told him is like this is something quite normal. I don't think it's normal, because since I got this car, I have not once have any issue, right? It's just smooth. My car is just smooth. When I put it to D, it drives well. It's smooth. It doesn't have any jerkiness, especially during traffic jams. Traffic jams, you have to drive really slow, right? Because basically you are just pressing the brakes, accelerate a little bit, pressing the brakes again. So I did not experience any jerkiness. So if you are experiencing jerkiness, I think it's better that you just send your car to Proton and have it check it out. And if they say this is normal, then I think you should definitely ask them to check again, because I personally do not experience such problem. And if you watch other car review videos, especially on the Proton Persona MC2, I remember I was watching one Malaysian car reviewer. I think it's Mr. Kon Wai Luan, his YouTube page name, right? So I like his reviews because he was comparing his old Persona to the current Persona, Proton Persona MC2. So he has a 2016 version of the Proton Persona, and he also has a 2022 Proton Persona MC2, right? So he was comparing the CVT of both cars, right? And he mentioned that his previous car, which is the old Proton Persona, the older version, which is the 2016 version, that one has issues with jerking, right? So he was saying that if he was driving on low speed, there are jerking issues, right? The car jerks, especially on low speed. But on the new Proton Persona MC2, he said that he didn't experience such problems, right? His car is just smooth. It seems that Proton has already fixed the jerking issues. So on low speeds, it seems that the car don't really jerk, right? But personally for me, I find that quite accurate as well, because I've been driving this car for about 2 to 3 months, and not once did I experience any jerkiness, right? Even if I do, it's probably I just maybe accidentally shift the gear too quickly or something, right? So it jerks for a while. But driving on low speeds, in traffic jams, I have not once experienced any jerkiness. So the car is just really smooth, right? That's why I'm here today. I'm just gonna show you, right, how smooth this car actually drives. Okay, so I'm just gonna drive somewhere around my residential area, right, because this is the only place that you can drive fairly slow, and also there is not a lot of traffic because it's a residential area, right? So I'm just gonna show you what my car drives like, especially when I'm driving slow, and you can see that there is no jerking problems or whatsoever, right? So without further ado, let's go. I'm just gonna show you. Okay guys, as you can see, I'm currently at my residential area, right? So I think this is a suitable place to test out the slow driving speed on this car to see whether this car jerks or not, right? So basically I'm just gonna drive really slow to show you that even at very low speed, this car doesn't really jerk. So okay, without further ado, let's go. So I'm just gonna like put down the handbrakes, and I'm just gonna shift to D. Alright, so D. Okay, so now I'm not going to press the acceleration pedal, right? I'm just gonna release the brakes, and the car is just gonna move slowly forward, right? So as of now, there is still no jerking. Okay, so it's just moving smoothly. There is no jerks or anything, right? Okay guys, nampak ya? Nampak jelas tak? Tak ada sembarang gegaran atau apa-apa. Dia smooth je. Okay, tak ada jerking, tak ada apa-apa. Okay, so I tak tekan lagi minyak. I just lepaskan brake je and letak dalam gear D. So dia berjalan dengan slow, and as you can see, it's moving smoothly forward, right? There is no jerkiness. I don't feel any jerkiness at all. So now I'm just gonna press the acceleration pedal, and okay, right now I'm like moving about 20 kilometers per hour, right? And then I'm just gonna turn here. Okay, so it's still smooth. There is no any indication of jerkiness or anything. It's still really smooth. So this is the one thing that I like about the Proton Persona MC2. It really drives smoothly, right? So it's like butter, to be honest. I didn't expect a car that costs below 60k to have this smoothness when driving, right? So it's really impressive, to be honest. So I'm just gonna turn, right? And also the handling is also quite good. I mean, previously I've driven the Ford Fiesta before, and if you don't know, the Ford Fiesta is one of the most fun to drive cars because the handling is really good, right? So this car, if compared to the Ford Fiesta, is in terms of handling, I think the Ford Fiesta is still better, but this car is just overall good for the price, right? Below 60k. It's quite fun to drive as well, not bad, I would say. But what I like the most is the smoothness of this car. Just move. Now I'm driving about 40 kilometers per hour, so it's really there's a bump, so I'm just gonna brake and pick up speed again. Very smooth, no jerking or whatsoever, right? So if you're experiencing any jerkiness on your Proton Persona MC2, I think there is definitely something wrong with your transmission, or probably something else, right? So you should definitely get it checked out. I don't think this is an issue of new car or anything. When you first get your car from the showroom, it should be already be really smooth, and it shouldn't have any jerkiness at all, right? So I'm just turning the roundabout here. Yeah, the handling is quite good, surprisingly, for a car that is below 60k, right? So I'm moving at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour right now. And yeah, I would say that this is a fun experience. So yeah guys, you can see for yourself, this car is actually pretty smooth, no jerkiness. Handling is good. It's an easy car to drive, to be honest, and if you are a lady, if you like smaller cars, right, this car is actually suitable for you as well. It's easy to drive, it's nimble, handling is good, steering is quite responsive. Okay. Oops. Gonna signal. Right, see, I'm just turning the steering wheel with just one hand, one arm, and it's so easy to drive. What I like, another thing that I like about this car is the power. The acceleration is quite good, because especially when you are coming out of junction, right, this car has enough power to get out quickly. So that is another thing that I like about the Proton Persona MC2. It just has that power that you need, not too much, but enough to get you out of junctions quickly, right? So the acceleration power is actually quite impressive on this car, especially if you're driving alone. I think if you're driving with a full family, I think the car is basically heavier, because when you're bringing your family members, there's gonna be more weight on this car, right? So basically it becomes a bit slower. But if you are driving alone, or if you just have one passenger beside you, I think this car still has adequate power to get you out of tight spaces, like getting out from the junction. You can just speed out quite fast. So yeah, it's pretty good, guys. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't really have a suitable recording gear to record the driving experience, right? Because now I'm driving at my residential area, so it's okay to drive slow, and I'm able to like hold the camera while recording. So But if I am to drive on a real road, right, I would not be able to, right, like record while driving. So I wish I had better gear so that I could record the real driving experience on the road, right? Maybe in the future, probably when I have the gear, when I have better gear to record the POV of this car while driving, right? That would be awesome, I guess. But as of now, I'm just gonna like show you the experience driving this car on very low speed, right? So yeah, so I guess that's all, guys. So yeah, guys, that's about it. So that was just a simple test drive to show you that this car drives really well, especially at lower speeds, right? So there is no issues of jerkiness, at least with my car, right? So there is no jerking sensation or anything. It just drives really smoothly. It drives well. I have not experienced any sort of jerkiness while driving in this car since I first got it, right? So I've been driving this car for about 2 to 3 months now, and not once did I encounter such problems, especially jerkiness at lower speed. So yeah, if you have experienced such things, I suggest you send your car to the Proton Service Center and have them check on your car, because personally I think this is not normal. Something is basically wrong, I think, because my car drives smoothly, and if you are driving the same car and you experience such problem, so obviously something is not right. Therefore you have to get your car checked, you know, because obviously if your car is jerking, it's not fun, especially if it's a new car, right? It shouldn't be jerking like that. It should be smooth. It should be enjoyable to drive, right? So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the car reviewers also said that this new Proton Persona MC2 does not have that jerking issues anymore. I understand the previous version there is some jerkiness, but I think Proton has already fixed that issue. So the newer transmission, the CVT that is on the Proton Persona MC2 now is so much better. It should be smooth. You shouldn't be getting any jerkiness while driving at low speeds, especially in traffic jams, right? So yeah, I have a question for all the Persona MC2 owners out there. Do you experience any jerkiness while driving at low speed? So maybe you can drop a comment, right? Maybe you can share your experience, whether you experience jerkiness with this car while driving on lower speeds, right? Because that might help other Persona owners or potentially new buyers who are interested in the car, right? So I guess it's always good to share information, right? So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. If you like the content, please give it a like, and if you like the content that I've been making for the past few months, maybe you can just subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future, because I think I will be releasing more content in the future as well. So yeah, guys, thank you for the support, and have a nice day. Take care.